Imagine waking up tomorrow and checking your banking app only to see that your massive home loan has vanished. You check your credit card and the balance is zero. You call your friends and realize that every single debt on planet Earth has been deleted in 1 second. This is the day the world cheered for its own destruction. Welcome to If Herbal. Today we explore the terrifying reality of what happens when the global economy literally resets to zero. In the first 10 minutes, the world is in a state of pure euphoria. Millions of people are dancing in the streets because they are finally free from the shackles of interest and monthly installments. Families who were drowning in medical bills or student loans suddenly feel like they have been given a second life. The psychological weight of debt, which has crushed humanity for centuries, is gone in a heartbeat. But as the sun begins to rise, the celebration turns into a cold, silent realization. By the end of the first hour, the global banking system begins to evaporate. You go to an ATM to withdraw cash for celebrations, but the screen is black. Banks do not keep your savings in a safe box, and they lend that money to others to earn interest. If all debts are gone, it means the money the bank owed you is also gone. Your life savings, your retirement fund, and your digital balance have all turned into thin air because the bank has no assets left. The institutions that held the world's wealth are now just empty buildings with locked doors. 3 hours later, the great nations of the world begin to crumble. Countries like the United States, China, and Japan are built on trillions of dollars of debt. When that debt is deleted, the very foundation of their currency disappears. The US dollar, which is backed by the promise of debt repayment, becomes a worthless piece of green paper. International trade comes to a grinding halt because no country trusts another country's currency anymore. Ships carrying oil, food, and medicine stop in the middle of the ocean because the digital digits used to pay for them no longer mean anything. By the second day, the supply chain of the planet has suffered a total heart attack. Workers at factories and power plants do not show up because they no longer have car loans or mortgages to pay off. Without the pressure of debt, the motivation to work in a broken system vanishes. Electricity begins to flicker and then goes out. Grocery store shelves are emptied in minutes as people realize that no new trucks are coming. Hyperinflation hits like a nuclear bomb, where a single loaf of bread might cost a gold ring because cash is now just trash. 1 month into the collapse, the concept of modern society is officially dead. We have returned to a brutal barter system where we trade physical items for survival. Description: a doctor will only treat you if you can give him a gallon of clean water or a bag of rice. The digital world has been replaced by the physical world. The new billionaires are not the people with bank accounts, but the people who own fertile land and freshwater springs. Power belongs to those who can produce food, while the city dwellers starve in their debt-free luxury apartments. Years later, we look back at the day debt died as the greatest tragedy in human history. We realize that debt was not just a burden, but it was the glue that kept 7 billion people working together. Without the promise of future payment, we lost the ability to build big things together. Humanity has been pushed back 200 years into a simpler, more violent era. We finally understand the ultimate financial paradox, that a world without debt is a world without a future. If your debt was cleared today, would you still go to work tomorrow? Think carefully before you answer. Subscribe to If Herbal and tell us your plan for the end of the world in the comments.